Hey guys, this is Jared from PokeDirect, and today I'm bringing you a deck profile of my Trevenant Gengar deck. I love this deck. It's very consistent. It works out very well. Has a lot of really good matchups, not very many bad matchups. So the deck runs 2 Shamans, basic draw support. You don't want to run more than 2 because you end up decking yourself out. You end up flying through them and they take up bench space. 3 Gengar EX. Night attack is good. You can throw it. You can snipe for 3 damage counters. Dark Corridor is the main attack, dealing 60, and you poison your opponent's active, and you switch this Pokemon with one of your bench Pokemon, which will be a Trevenant. With Forest Curse, that item locks your opponent as long as it's in the active position. And then Tree Slam is a very effective attack as well. It deals 60, and it snipes 2 Pokemon on the opponent's bench for 20 damage each. So that is very good. If you get into a matchup where you're playing Sigilyph or some kind of safeguard deck, Suicune, something like that, you can choose to attack with Trevenant instead of Gengar. They do have the same attack costs of 1 Psychic and 2 Colorless, which is very nice. There's a lot of flexibility there between them. For items, we have 4 Crushing Hammer, pretty straightforward. You can run Enhanced Hammers if you like, definitely not 4 of them. But with 4 Crushing Hammers, that's enough to disrupt pretty much anything early game to get the control going. 1 Escape Rope, pretty standard. 3 Lasers, you don't really want to run 4 in this deck, especially with Gengar as a 3 of. You're going to be poisoning enough as it is. These are mostly in the situations where Trevenant is your main attacker because that does happen more often than not. Trainer's Mail, 3 of. Pretty standard. This card has really surprised a lot of people. It's just an amazing card. It really helps you get the turn 1 Wallies to get the turn 1 Trevenants out. And without that card, this deck would not function as well as it does. 3 Ultra Balls. I like 3 instead of 4, so you're not tossing a bunch of cards away. You don't want to waste a lot of cards in this deck. It makes it very hard to... A lot of times it's really hard to choose 2 cards to discard with it to seek out one of these Pokemon. Generally, you're just seeking out a Shaman. 4 VS Seekers is crucial. It's a very necessary 4 of with the Lysanders and the 1 Chorus and the N. It helps in a lot of situations to be able to pull all those back, especially late game. A lot of times this deck will run a bonus into late game, and it does do very well if you have those VS Seekers and you're able to conserve them. 1 Chorus is fine. I didn't want to run more than 1. There are a bunch of Skyfield decks out there. Not a bunch, but I mean, there's Raichu, Mega Rays, obviously, and a few others, and having the 1 Chorus is nice. With the Versus Seekers, you can pull it back again if you want to. It's just a good balance with 1. 2 Lysanders are very important in this deck. You could probably get away with running 1, but you don't always want to waste your VS Seekers on Lysanders, and a lot of times 1 will be trumped. And 1 of, again, for the same reason Chorus is. 3 Sycamores, just because, again, you don't want to be decking yourself out. You're drawing with Shaman, you're drawing with Sycamores, and you're discarding with Ultra Balls and discarding with Sycamores. You don't want to be tossing a lot of cards away, so 3 is a good number for that. 3 Wally, again, something you don't have to run a 3 of, but with 3, it's very consistent to get the turn 1 or turn 2 Trevenants out. After that point, it's a great card to Ultra Ball. It's a great card to Sycamore. That's probably the only card in this deck that you're okay with throwing away without really any consequences after like turn 2 or 3. 3 Verbanks. Again, you kind of have to run Verbanks in this. You could also run 4, but 3 is fine. You could also run a couple Dimensional Valley? I don't know. Dimension Valley to accent it with the Gengar and the Trevenant. It does help. If you're missing DCEs and you want to just be able to attack with 2 Psychics, you can definitely work that out. But for now, I just have the 3 Verbanks. I've tried it with Dimension Valley, and it didn't seem to work as well. 3 Float Stone, 3 Muscle Band. The Float Stones are for the Trevenants, the Muscle Bands are for the Gengars generally. Although, like I said, if you end up attacking with the Trevenant, there's nothing wrong with throwing Muscle Bands on those. The idea normally is you Float Stone onto the Trevenant, you retreat the Trevenant, you promote the Muscle Band to Gengar, you attack with Dark Corridor, you retreat out into the Trevenant, you keep the item lock going, you keep that cycle running all game. And it generally works out. If you can get 1 or 2 Gengars on your bench, 2 Trevenants, and 1 Shaman, you're in pretty good shape. You pretty much have a constant cycle all game with that. And then to top it off, just 2 head ringers. Good control. You don't want too many head ringers. You probably don't want more than 2. A lot of times you get, in that case, you get stuck with them. Against something like Night March, it only runs 1 or 2 EXs or 3. Having 2 head ringers is just the perfect number in there. And then for energy, 4 DCE, 5 Psychic. That's pretty standard. And that's the deck. Like I said, it's extremely consistent. It's very, very good. It's going to see some play at Nationals. I think it got fourth place at, oh god, what, the Philippine Nationals or something like that. I could be completely wrong. I sounding like an idiot for saying that, but I think that's what the Nationals was this last weekend. I think we'll definitely see the Canadian Nationals coming up. I'm pretty certain we'll see a lot of it at U.S. Nationals. So that's it. Comment below. Let me know if you guys run this deck, what you guys changed, or have, what you guys tech into this deck. A very good tech, by the way, would be a 1/1 Dragalge Skrelp line to accent the Gengar, which the Dragalge's ability is the opponent's Pokemon that are poisoned can't retreat. So that's very, very good. But yeah, comment below. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what decks you guys want to see, or if you have suggestions for me at all. I would love to hear those. And don't forget to subscribe. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video. And thank you for watching, and we will see you next time.